Welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to give you a room status update and discuss a few things once you see it. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we got a good amount of stuff done. We framed all that in, made the double wide so that I can screw straight down along there, and along there. And yes, I'm not the neatest person when it comes to keeping things out of the way. So, yeah. But yeah, we got all that framed. Everything's good. This here kind of sticks out a little bit. I'm probably going to hit the screws at an angle there because I really don't want to. I don't want to put another one, and I ended up, as I said, I had to knock the block out to get the stuff in. I filled it up with this Loctite tile foam. Man, I put a lot in there because it's like sticking out. So anyways, but yeah, basically, I mean, I got a crap ton of screws. I think there was like 900, and I've used them to attach the second board on top of the first board. I used the Tapcon screws to screw it into the actual concrete. Everything feels pretty solid so far. I mean, I can't complain. I was hoping to get more done, but after the whole fiasco with that was what I was going to put in the window, but it was way smaller. I actually had to go to Lowe's, buy this 6 and 7 inch one, and I had to cut a side piece off of it because it wouldn't actually go in there on the outside. So yeah, and I pulled on that, and yeah, that's not gonna come out. I mean, you'd have to really yank on it. So this is on Saturday, and this is pretty much what all we got done. Like I said, I probably could have gotten this all done, but after I had to take time and go to the store, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do any more tonight. One thing I do have to do, though, is I have to put another board along this one here so that I can screw that, and probably the rest too, just to hold it up, give it more strength. And I need to, once we're done putting all the boards in and clean up and everything, the next part of it is that I want to shim all the boards so that there's support underneath it, because most of the boards are not like touching the cement, because that's why you can see like those shims right there and everything. I still have to do it to over here, the new board that'll be going up against this one, and all the ones that are going to go across. I need to see about getting treated lumber for that and maybe replacing those with that. I mean, I know they're screwed into the wall, but I still want to give it support. But yeah, it's coming along. That right there, yeah, I know that's nasty. And guess what? I'm not going to fix it. I don't have the time and I don't have the energy because I'm running out of gas doing this now. I mean, it's fairly level in some places. Along the corners, it's kind of iffy, but I mean, basically, as long as I can get the stuff in, it's really not that bad. So, but this is pretty much what we got done Saturday. The day after that you saw the video of construction begins. And after that, the next phase is putting in the plywood and then the tile. And then after that, it's going to be wiring up these new lights. Well, the cans for these lights, for the LED lights, and also to separate these lights and these outlets on their own circuit, so that I can use my Keurig and other stuff and not have to worry about whenever we wash clothes, it pops the breaker. And yep, there's my 8 outlets that I had the electrician put in. If I would have known that this stuff was bad, I would have had him fix that too. That probably would have cost us another $500, but at least it would have been done. But I didn't know it was bad till we got till we got a Keurig down here. And I think that's what set everything, because I've been down here before, never popped a breaker until I started using that. So, all right, so this is full day one of construction. I mean, I know this was to the closet here, but, you know, basically this was small potatoes compared to out here. This was a lot bigger, in my opinion. And the one thing that you'll notice is that I actually made it level between the joists, which is what I want. I want the floor level as much as humanly possible, because if it's not level, I may as well not even do it. But yep, first full day of construction, and like I said, we actually got a lot done, and you know, there's more to come. Okay, and as you can see, we have 4 of the joists going across for the main floor. Sad thing is, I ran out of wood, so we have to get some more. We're more than likely going to pick up 5 more pieces, because that's how many we need, and pick up the plywood too at the same time, so that right after we get those 5 joists put in here in this area, we can start putting the plywood down. And we filled in that right there between the original stuff that put in and the one piece that runs the whole length. As before, nothing in this house is square at all. I've got to get some way of, because I want to replace these shims that I put in here. I mean, I know there's plastic, but the wood, those little pieces of wood that are underneath it, those are not treated, so if they get wet, they will rot. And I want to try to avoid that as much as humanly possible. I think I need to replace that piece right there too. But everything else is treated. I'm not planning on changing that one that's in there, because it's been there and it's been fine. I'm not going to mess with it. And then I just need to shim up all this. We're also going to put some like supports between each joist, so that way it'll strengthen the floor up, especially when I start bringing my stuff in. I have to look at like how, because I don't know how much wood we have, and I know the spacing's going to be different, because like, you know, there's a piece right there and I have quite a few, so I'm probably going to have to strategically place it. I know I'm planning on putting 3 right there where the server rack sits, so that'll help hold it up. And then, like I said, as you can see, I have plastic shims in some of the tight spaces to help level it. Plus, not only that, if I would stand on it, which my wife saw earlier today when we were doing this, that one of the boards, I think it was this middle one here that's underneath the step stool there, kind of flexed, and that way that keeps that from happening. So like I said, still a little bit of work to do, but I'm thinking that I should be done with this. I'm hoping by the middle of April, end of April at the latest, as long as nothing goes wrong, which is the key. If nothing goes wrong, thinking about possibly changing, because I know where the junction box is up there. It's right about there. I'm thinking about opening that up and seeing if I can change it, because what I want to do is I'm tempted to add another power line and run it back to the power box. I don't know which way yet. I don't know if there or the holes I drilled to do the stupid, because I was going to run network cables all the way, and I didn't because I ran into problems. So it's kind of, I'm thinking about doing that, trying to run its own thing, separating everything here. I'll have to see, because I really want to separate this room entirely from everything else. Like, leave everything else connected the way it is up there, excluding this mess. This mess I definitely need to do. But now I definitely want to separate these lights, each of these wall outlets, on its own breaker, so that way it's totally separate. And I think that's what I'm going to do once the floor is put in and everything is down. That way I can stand on a solid piece. I mean, I might do some of it maybe this week. It just depends on what all we have to do. And I have to check with my friend Jason to see if he's available this weekend. Because, like I said, I'm thinking we need like 6-7 plywood sheets to do this. I mean, it might be less, might be more, but just from the dimensions of this room, with a 4 foot or 8 foot long going this way, and it's 4 foot going this way, it's going to take like 1 and a part to do up to 4 feet this way. This is 10 feet here. So you figure there's another partial here, because you got to cattywampus it so it doesn't, so that the seams don't overlap. So then you got a partial, then a full going all the way over there. And then it's going to be like a trimmed down section for the very end part right there before going into the closet. And then the closet is just nothing but, limited sizing anyways. So that's the theory that I'm thinking about. I don't know if I should start out. I think it'd probably be better if I started out here, worked my way into the closet, where I did it the other way. I started in the closet to get used to cutting and everything, and then out here, which, I mean, like I said again, for the first time of doing something like this, I really didn't do a bad job, to be honest. I mean, granted, is it something that I would try to charge money for? No. Until I see if it supports my weight or anything, that's about the only way. But, I mean, I probably saved a lot of money because I didn't have to pay labor, and whether it be 1 guy, 2 guys, 5 guys, whatever the case may be. Yeah, then the next thing is after the floor, and once I get these wired up and working, it's pretty much just doing the trim down there. I'm probably going to replace the trim up there. I need to look into that. And also ceiling tile. Which I don't know if I'm going to go with the white or maybe a different color or something like that. Just depends, because like I said, I want to do the wiring and everything up here for all this and get this done before I put the ceiling tile up and the tile on the floor, because this way my chair will roll a lot easier. But yeah, miraculously, like I said, other than a few little areas along the edge where I kind of sort of got it level, but then I kind of sort of didn't. But so far, checking everything from that stuck out second piece there to each of these joists, they're all level. They're all level no matter what. So that's the best thing for the floor. Just a little bit of adjustment for the table, for the desks and everything. And guess what? Everything's going to sit level. I'm thinking about maybe reinforcing that section there, because that is where that metal cabinet of mine is going to sit. And that usually, and it's got some decent stuff. So it depends on how much wood we have. I haven't really decided like how much, and I don't want to buy any more wood. I'm done with wood. I really am done with wood, especially after all this. But if you look at my earlier videos when I showed exactly what it is, this is the way this floor should have been. And I'm showing this to anybody, you know, if you ever want to do this in your own house, definitely make sure you box it like this. Do not do the, hey, let's make a smaller box that comes here and then put little stupid pieces of wood like that going to the wall and not have it secured. That was the dumbest thing in the world. Okay, they also didn't use treated lumber. And granted, I understand these are shop teachers, and don't get me wrong, okay? I know shop teachers are trying to teach people the basics of everything, and I truly get it. But here's the thing. You need to also tell them that, you know, you got to follow certain codes and you got to do certain standards, because I'm telling you right now, this was totally unacceptable. I mean, then again, nothing in this house has ever been right. Oh my God. But, yeah. And, I mean, I know you can see that there's been, like, some, like, this stuff's crumbled just because of the frickin' water coming down through the thing. And I just don't have the strength, energy, or effort to completely redo the paneling. I would love to do it because I would love to do it right, because when I move the paneling, the outlets move, like that one moved. I know that one moved. And I really, really, really don't want to mess with it. I just don't have the strength and energy to mess with it right now. I really don't. Maybe in a few years, and I mean, I might do something different with the thing. I mean, I don't want to do drywall. I'll have to see what kind of, not so much paneling, but like what's out there. Like, you know, that paneling's fine. It didn't rot because it never got wet. Same with that. It never got wet. The water never got high enough to get into this room. And like, because if that was the case, this whole floor would have been sinking because it would have gotten really, really, really soft. Here, because it's touching the wall, and like I said, if I pull it apart, I'm definitely going to dry lock it, spray seal it, something. I'll have to figure out how to clean it off and stuff, because I really don't want to soak this floor, especially after putting all this work in, because it's like, man. But like I said, I haven't done bad so far, and it's shockingly level, like all the way. As long as I can keep it level, going from joist to joist to joist from both sides. To be honest with you, this floor is going to be probably the most level that it's been in ages since it was probably put in. I mean, and I might include clips because of, you know, showing the past in this video, just so that people can see it, because, you know, this is just crazy. This is the after. This is the corrected version of this. Not the before. The before was a fucking mess. This is way better, short of the fact of that. Like I said, I just don't have the energy or the time to tear these walls down and do everything correctly. And I really don't. I just can't do it. And I can't afford to pay somebody. So, to be honest with you, this is going to have to stay the way it is for right now. Like I said, maybe in the future, I might maybe do something different with this. I don't know. I really don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I know one thing as I'm bringing stuff in. It's going to be, keep, rethink, pitch. Anything that's debatable that I don't know if I want to keep or not, it's going to be in one pile. Stuff that's going to go bye-bye is in another pile. And stuff I'm keeping is going to be in this pile. But that is pretty much so far from Sunday. This is March 14th. And, like I said, it's coming along. 5 more boards. Plywood starts getting put down. And the 1932 should be small enough, low enough. It's only 2 ticks under 5/8, because I looked that up. That it should It should work. It should fit under there a lot easier than when I was mucking around with the 5/8. But it's a good thing I did use the 5/8 to properly space it like it was before, and then, I'm going to screw everything down. As you can see, there's some of the screws right there. And as a matter of fact, here is the big box of them right there. There was like 900. I've used not a lot, but enough. But okay. Next part coming soon.